Welcome, everyone, to our first episode of Rage Across Scotland. Today, we've young Nepenthe and one of her fellow Aruns of the Black Fury, Maya Mitchell, traveling through the countryside of Edinburgh. They're on their way to the Sept of the Red Hills for a moot that has been called an intertribal moot. You are traveling with three people who we were told were Fianna kinfolk. They have two males, one female, bright red hair. They didn't smell of any taint that you could detect, so yeah. What do you do?
Cool.
You guys are walking along the road. It's moon is out. It is a Galliard moon, and you can smell it. It smells like it just rained. So.
I say you think it rains often hereabouts.
One of the kinfolk looks at you, and he goes, "Well, it is Scotland, you know. It tends to rain a bit around here." And Maya glances back and forth between you and the kinfolk for a moment. She is the one in the picture, by the way.
Okay.
So you guys you're walking along the road, and make me a perception alertness check, please.
Nope.
Okay, so you think for a moment that you hear something, but when you stop for a moment, you don't hear anything else. So you and the group are still walking. And I'll actually make the NPCs check to see if she notices, just to give you guys a chance. All right. So the fostering with you stops, and she looks at you. She goes, "Did you hear that?"
I thought I heard something, but I'm not sure what.
She kind of thinks for a moment. It sounded almost like a groan. I think somebody might be injured up here along the road. You take the kinfolk with you. They'll take you to the Sept. I'm gonna go check this out. All right?
Are you sure you want to check that out by yourself?
She gives you a big grin. I think I'll be fine.
If you say so.
And sorry, you go.
Oh, I'll take the kinfolk and start heading off then.
All right, so she does walk off, and now you're walking, and the female kinfolk with you, she kind of seems a bit surprised and kind of nervous. The two men are walking with you, and they don't really seem to be paying you much mind. They're kind of looking around the landscape, kind of spooked now.
It'll be okay. I'm sure.
The woman looks at you. So I hear you're new here. Well, and she kind of chuckles. I suppose new is a subjective term.
I am new here, yeah. I came from Greece recently.
Oh, Greece. That's really interesting. I've always wanted to visit.
It's an interesting place, yes. Maybe you will someday.
And she nods. She seems a bit more relaxed now that you said something, but the two males still seem the two men still seem very on edge. And as you guys are walking, you see a big lake come into view as you guys come over on the crest of a hill. This is a very hilly area. And the girl
Okay.
points to the lake and she says, the sept is over on the shores of that lake. You see that big hill right next to it?
Sure.
That's the heart of the cairn. So once we hit the forest down there, you'll give your howl of introduction, and the warder, who also is the Sept Alpha, will come and greet you.
Okay.
So as you're walking, all of a sudden you hear a scream from behind you.
I start running back in that direction.
You also hear a roar, and you hear what sounds like a a person like yelling, but as they're yelling, it sort of shifts into more of a growl. And then as you're running back, you hear sounds like vicious fighting. And when you come down, you round a corner to where you heard the screams come from. We heard the scream and all these sounds coming from uh, over this little shelf. You round the corner and you see this creature standing before you. There is a large black wolf who you assume is Maya, who is lying on the ground with a huge gash in her side, trying to stand up. And this monster is advancing on her.
Okay. I'm going to drop a rage and shift into Krynos instantly, and I'm going to drop my sword.
All right, so the beast looks at you as you shift, and it lets out a roar that rattles. It seems like it rattles the world around you as you shift into your Krynos form. And the red rage, just you feel it fill your senses, and take a rage back because we are entering combat.
Okay.
So as the beast takes a step forward, Maya, the wolf, just yelps a little, and as it's trying to stand, and then she looks at you. I can't fight. You better take this. And we're rolling initiative.
Okay. Let's see. I'm in Krynos. That's a Dex +1. Okay. Excuse me.
So unless you roll really bad on initiative, you're probably going ahead of this.
Let's see how I roll. Yeah, I've got an 18 initiative.
Awesome. It is initiative 8.
Okay, I'm gonna drop 2 rage for extra rage actions later,
All right.
and I'm going to. Let's see. Can I roar at it as a free action, or do I need to do that as part of my turn?
I'm going to say if you can roar out as a free action, you would roll your charisma intimidation. You don't get pure breed because it's not Guru.
Right.
But every 2 successes you get on intimidation will take 1 die from its die pools for the next for its round.
Well, we'll see if I get any. That's not my strong suit. Come on, dice. Oh, yeah.
Awesome. So it loses. It will be down a dice for its next turn. And you can make your action.
I'm going to slash at it with the sword. So,
All right, so roll your dex melee. And it will attempt to dodge. And because as you roared at it, it kind of cringed a little, which is kind of surprising considering that even in Krynos it still has a good foot in size
on me.
over you.
Yeah.
So you can roll your attack. Gotta beat 3 successes.
Fuck you, ones.
Wow.
Nope.
Okay.
Well, clearly I didn't, so he managed to dodge out of the way.
So as you this creature with your swords, which I assume are dedicated, it kind of steps back in fear and lowers its head to charge at you. And let's see, Dex Brawl. And you still have two rage actions if you want to take one to dodge.
No, I'm just gonna take it.
All right, so let me check. All right, so it does not take any damage, or it does not. So as it hits you, you feel it jolts you back a few feet, but it just slightly missed where instead of impaling you on one of the curves of its horns, you got hit by the middle part in between the curve and his skull. So you just get sent back about a good foot. And then you are onto your rage actions.
Well, I'm gonna slash at him again with the sword.
All right, he can't dodge because he has no rage.
Now I got him by 5.
All right, so roll your roll your strength. Let's say the swords I think are +2, +4.
I believe so. And, a standard sword, I think, is only +2. You have to have a pretty big sword for it to be +4, like a Grand Clave.
Well, your rollover from your hit is the +4.
Oh, yeah, +4 +2 plus my strength. So let's see. So that's +6 strength.
So you are strength 7.
7, and so that's going to be a total of what? 13 dice. Okay.
Yeah, 7 + 6.
Oh. 3 damage.
All right, so let's roll its soak. Make sure, see if it gets through. Oh.
God damn it.
So as you strike it, it seems to sort of go, you hit it and you see it. You see your swords cut into its side, but it doesn't really seem to notice. And it just roars at you again. And you have your other rage action.
I'm going to attack with the sword again, because that's the only thing I can do. Let's see. I got 2 successes, so 1 carryover. 3, 7 plus 10. Come on. That's 6
successes. All right, so it takes 3, and it soaks 3.
Okay.
So it is on, I believe, wounded. So it's going to take another extra 2 dice wound penalty.
I think I should. Oh, yeah, total of 2 dice, right?
Okay. So it's on to your turn because you are still ahead of Anish.
I'm gonna drop rage to rage again
All right.
and attack with a sword.
Okie dokie. It is going to dodge this time.
Okay. Yeah, probably didn't like getting hit the first time.
Yeah.
It's got 5 coming at it.
All right. So you get him by 3. So roll your damage plus 2. Or actually by plus 3. My apologies.
All right. So let's see. At 12, I guess.
7 plus. Yep. 12 damage.
Okay. Well, let's see if it can. Let's see.
All right. Let's see if it soaks any. It takes 1. So as your blades tear into it, it lets out a wounded roar, and you can see a fairly big gash in its chest. And you also hear from behind you a very melodic howl, but that won't affect the combat as of yet.
Okay.
So for its turn, it is going to, because the way I'm gonna do combat is you get a reflexive dodge and 1 free action. I'm gonna do it that way.
Okay.
So remind me to put that in house rules when we're done.
Right.
So it is going to punch at you this time. It is. You can know it's starting to bleed out because you've been in combat enough. You've seen that.
Can I parry its punch with my sword?
Do you remember the rules for parrying offhand?
Not offhand. I can look it up.
I'm looking it up. If it's in. All right. So dexterity plus melee. Yes, you can parry it, but this will take. Actually, no, this will be your reflexive dodge. So.
Okay. Do lightning reflexes come into play?
I'm going to say yes because he's punching at you, and you have to get your sword in there to, quickly to block it.
Okay. So let's see. 9. Let's see. Do I have? We
Yes.
tied.
You are a defender, so your blade, his fist glances off your blade just barely, just got it in there in time. So it is on to your 2 rage actions.
Okay. I'm gonna take a stab at him.
All right. There we go. That's a good hit.
I got him by 7.
All right.
So 6 plus 2 is
16.
8 plus 7.
Should be.
What?
Should be 16, Wait. I believe.
6 plus 2 is 8 plus 7.
Plus 7.
No, that's only 15.
Yes, I forget you don't get the full rollover. My apologies.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
So as you slash, it just you just lop its head clean off with one fluid slash, and it sinks to its knees. Its foul, polluted blood dripping into the soil, and you see behind you. You hear a rumble, like thunder, and you see 3 wolves run up. 2 of them are white wolves, pure white. One is red. And as they approach, they see the situation and they shift into human forms. And you see this man approaches you. One of the men runs over to Maya and begins healing her. The man approaches you.
I'm going to shift down Muhammad, of course.
Okay. He looks at the creature on the ground, looks at you, and says, "You fought well. I'm impressed that you killed it before we got here."
That's what I do.
He nods. "I am John Bathed in Blood Campbell, Pathro and Sept Alpha, and the warder of the Sept of the Red Hills. What is your name?"
I am Nepenthe Thanos. I call myself the Swordswoman. As she wipes her blade off on the body of the creature.
He nods. Those kinfolk that were supposed to be leading you, and Maya here, what happened to them?
Ah, shit.
He just turns around and nods at the red wolf behind him, who darts off. "No matter. You were defending a fellow Guru." No, and he gestures towards the corpse. "My guardians will dispose of this. You have done well. Come back to the Sept." And he turns and starts walking away.
Okay. How's Maya doing?
She's on the ground still. The man healing her looks up at you and gives you a bright smile. "She'll be fine. She just needs a little bit. She's got a pretty bad gash there, but she'll be fine." And then he holds his hand out to you. "I'm Joshua McAllister, or Great Fang, as they call me. I'm a master of the rights on Sept."
Ah, that's an auspicious position.
He nods. "Aye, but it can be a little off-putting at times."
Understandably so.
And he looks down at Maya. He goes, "Give her 5 minutes and we'll follow. I think you should follow the Alpha back there. He's not one to suffer loitering very well." And he kind of rubs the back of his neck. It's
well,
good to meet you.
It was good meeting you too. I'll see you later, I'm sure. And she goes to follow.
The Alpha walks with a brisk pace, rather surprising for such an old man. In fact, you have to, even with how young you are, or relatively young, you have to almost sprint to catch up with him. And you both get back on the path. He's quiet. He doesn't say anything as you walk. As you guys, my apologies. As you guys walk, you see where you left the kinfolk. You see the red wolf standing there sniffing the ground, and as you get closer, you see 2 bodies, and it's the 2 men, but the third one is missing.
Oh, damn it. The whole thing was just a trick. A ruse.
The red wolf looks up at you, and he just regards you, and then looks and turns to the Alpha. The 2 kin are dead. Whatever killed them, it was not Guru. However, I can't find any scent of Lily's blood. And the alpha looks kind of surprised. And then you guys hear a small yelp from nearby as the girl from earlier crawls out from under. It looks like she was hiding under a fallen tree. And she limps towards you guys. She's got a gash in her leg. I'm sorry, Alpha. They jumped us. We weren't ready. Dylan and Angus fought them off, but they told me to hide, and something came and it killed them. I didn't see what it was, but and she takes a deep breath as the Alpha just holds his hand up for her to stop. He looks at you.
Damn it! This is my fault.
He shakes his head.
Abandon them.
He shakes his head. You saved a warrior of Gaia, as grievous as it is that some of our kinfolk were lost. You were doing your duty. You did not know any better. I simply trust that next time you will see to their needs as well. And if you want, you can roll perception empathy on the Alpha.
Okay. Oh, I don't even have any empathy.
I believe you can still roll it.
Yeah.
Because it's
nope.
10. Okay. So you don't get anything off of his really emotion. And simply sighs and gestures towards the girl. Come here. He takes the necklace out, crushes it. It's like a little gourd on a necklace. Crushes it, blows the dust on her leg, and her leg is healed. The red wolf trots up, and she climbs on his back, kind of hesitantly, and the wolf looks at you. I understand that you did not mean for our kin to die, but
I still regret it.
And he inclines his head, and he actually walks over and just touches his nose to your forehead. But you still did well. You were a great warrior. He churns and starts heading back to the south. And if you'd like, we can fast forward to getting back to the set.
Sure.
As you guys walk back, you see several people who you assume are Garou hurrying past you towards the road. As you guys reach the Bon, a number of people are milling around, kind of in shock because they heard something was happening. And after the general milling around is done, the Alpha just calms them and sends them on their way. You and the Alpha and the Beta, or the Red Wolf, I should say, you still don't know that in character yet, approach one of the cabins. And the Alpha just nods, looks at you. This is where Lily and her kin were staying.
Oh.
You can stay here for now until we can provide adequate accommodations. I assume you're here for the moot?
Among other things.
He nods. Do you know much about why the moot is called?
Not particularly.
The red talons have disappeared.
Oh, that's strange.
Quite. We don't know what happened, but they were last seen, a pack of them near White Howler territory, my tribe. So we called the other tribes to us. And this time they answered. This move will be deciding what the nation does in response to this.
It seems dire.
We do not know yet, but such an atrocity has not happened since the fall of the Croatoan. We can only hope that this is not such a situation.
No, would that it would not be that.
He nods. I'm going to go, and my beta and I, and he indicates the wolf, are going to go attend to matters and prepare a gathering for the departed for our kin. Lily here will show you around. And he is still there if you wish to say anything before he walks away.
No.
He gives you a polite nod as the girl climbs off the red wolf's back. And the wolf, it is a large wolf. Large enough that you're pretty sure he's only in lupus. And she was still able to ride on his back. He gives you another long look, walks up, sniffs you, and then just touches your forehead with his nose again before walking off to follow the alpha. And then the girl turns to you. She says, God, sorry about that.
No. My apologies.
She shakes her head. No, it wasn't your fault. We weren't expecting it, and you did the best you could. I just hope that the other warrior with you, I just hope she's okay.
I'm sure she will be.
She takes a big, deep breath. All right, well, I guess welcome to the Sept of Red Hells. Not much of a welcome, I suppose.
It could be worse.
Yeah, I suppose. And she holds out her hand. My name is Lily. I suppose it's time that we have formal introductions.
My name is Nepenthe, though if you like, you can call me Penny.
She gives a big, bright smile. Penny, I like that name. Well, let's go get you something to eat, because I'm sure you're kind of tired after fighting, and I'll show you around the Sept.
I could certainly stand to eat, and I wouldn't mind a walk afterwards, so sure.
She nods and leads you over towards away from the cabins. You see this one is sort of set away from the rest. She walks and leads you through the woods to another ring of cabins with a large bonfire in the center with a couple of people milling around and a couple of wolves. There's tables set up, and you see they appear to be cooking a large boar on the fire. And a couple of people wave at the girl with you. They give you some curious looks, but she walks up to one of them and just asks for some cuts of meat for you and her. And they give them to you. You guys get your food. It smells to your hungry nose with your limbs still kind of, your adrenaline is still kind of running from the fight. But to your nose, this meat smells incredibly good. And as you're walking, as she walks you back towards one of the tables, she kind of leans over and whispers, "This meat, our Theurges perform it right. It makes it I don't know what it's called, but it makes it taste like super super good, and it makes it extra nourishing, I hear.
Excellent.
She sits you. You guys sit down and eat. It is this boar. I don't know. You've had boar before, as during your travels as a mercenary, but this tastes more wild, yet at the same time more refined than any boar you've had to eat in on a mission or anything where you've had to cook something like this.
Okay.
It tastes almost like sort of a homey feeling you get as you're eating it. And as you guys are sitting there, the girl is kind of talkative, not quite. You get the feeling that she normally would be a chatterbox, but in light of your arrival, she doesn't seem to be as talkative as you would expect someone with her lineage to be. And as you guys are sitting there, another girl walks up. She's fairly pretty. She walks over, says hi to Lily, and looks at you. Oh, you must be new. Hi, I'm Lillian. Lillian Cruz, the tail singer.
I'm Nepenthe. I'm of the full moon. You can call me Penny, though.
Ah, Penny. Cool. And she kind of nods a little. Well, Lily here. So you've met her. So you've met Lily.
We have met, yes.
Awesome. Have you met the warder?
I don't believe so.
We'll have to rectify that. He's our Sept Alpha. John, bathed in blood.
Oh, yes, I've met the Alpha.
Ah, good. Then looks like you're all set. I see you're enjoying some boar. Mind if I join you?
Oh, of course, please.
So she sits down, just leans over, takes just a little morsel off Lily's plate. And you see the other girl kind of giggles and like slaps at her hand. Kind of, you can tell they're just playing. There's no aggression there. As they're sitting there, Lillian looks at you. So I can smell black fury puberty coming off you like nobody's business.
That's
You
right.
must be from Greece, I'm assuming. She kind of gives you a look like almost apologetic look.
I'm not. I'm actually from America, but what can I say? Strong genetics.
Yeah, true. She kind of chuckles. Well, Lily here is kind of like our tour guide for the set whenever we get visitors. Do you mind if I tag along?
Of course. Feel free.
She nods. And after you guys, about 20 minutes later, you guys finish your food. And they take you around the sept. They show you to the lake where you see quite a few people swimming. They tell you that the lake is actually protected by a guardian spirit that warns them if anything enters the lake that's tainted. They actually tell you that the entire sept is worded this way, which is how the warder knew that you and Maya were in trouble. And then after they go to the lake, you guys, as you're walking through the woods, you'll occasionally hear woofs and kind of growls, and you'll see wolves running through the woods. It seems like a very active sept. They take you to the Cairn Heart, which is in the hill that was pointed out to you earlier. It's a cave with small lake in the, or almost in between a lake and a pool in the middle, with multiple guru meditating inside. Lily actually has to wait outside, so Lillian here takes you through the sept, or the Cairn Heart, and after that, they take you to a few miscellaneous areas like the tanning areas where they have hides and such tanning. They take you to the training grounds, and after that, they take you back to the cabin where you left the Sept Alpha and the Sept Beta, and they kind of show you inside. The red-haired girl, Lily, does offer for you to stay in there with her.
Sure.
And she seems very pleased by the fact that you accepted. And she goes, "Awesome. I really don't do well sleeping in a house by myself. My brothers back there, they normally would bunk with me, but they normally would stay in the house with me, but obviously that's not an option anymore." And she lets out kind of like a bit of a nervous chuckle.
She sighs a little. She says, "Well, in that case, not only do I accept your offer to stay with you, but I feel obligated to stay with you."
And she kind of makes that face of surprise. Oh no, I didn't want to make you feel obligated. I'm sorry. And she kind of like tenses her shoulders a bit. You notice.
No, don't feel bad. It's just how I was raised.
Oh.
You have to take responsibility for everything you do. That's how she raised me. She kind of stumbles over that.
Lily nods. She doesn't say anything, and she shows you inside the cabin. It's a little 3-room cabin. You got the main room with the fireplace and a bed set up. The kitchen is part of the main room, and she actually takes you back, and there's another bedroom with 2 beds set against opposite walls. And there's the bathroom, and she goes, "You can have either one of any of the beds. I usually sleep in the one in here," but she kind of trails off as she seems very nervous around you. You notice.
Look, I mean, if you want to sleep in the same room as me, that would be fine, because obviously it would help you to have someone look after you, and I would be happy to do that.
She smiles. Thank you. I really mean that.
Of course.
And she shows you around a little bit more, but it seems obvious that the events of the day are getting to her. And after about 20 minutes, she brings out some blankets for you and a pillow. And these are some clean blankets and pillows we had around. I figure it might be better for you. I know you guys have better senses of smell and everything than we do.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
And she gives you another smile. But I'm going to head off to bed, if that's okay.
Yeah, I might as well rest as well.
And she nods. And, well, good night. As she goes off and changes into her bedrobes. And is there anything else you'd like to do with the scene?
No. I'm good.
All right. Thank you, player, for playing. Thank you, watchers, for watching. And stay tuned for more.